again, no SR in the background, so you're gonna have to hear a bit of a white noise. But we are gonna do Nappa. Like I said, we've got RogueYoshi on the left if you're on the stream, and we've got Plug on the right. We're gonna do what we did for all the other characters. We're gonna go over some points for the characters. I'm gonna ask the two players to give me a mark out of 10 or 5, depending on the topic. I think there's a couple. What was the questions I normally ask before I start? I think it is both players are asked, what was your first fighting game? What's your team? And what's your favorite fruit?
Oh, all right. Before that, I want to ask, do you have any bandwidth limitations? Because I can screen share if you want to.
I have.
The game mode.
I haven't got any limitations, but I don't think I've got the stream set up for it. Normally, it's just like a podcast format. But if you've got any information, I'll add it to the spreadsheet afterwards. The power level chart spreadsheet. Cool. Yeah,
no problem.
Cool. Do you want to go first, Rogue? Rogue.
Sure. All right. So, what are the questions?
What was your first fighting game?
Very, very first. It's really hard because I can't remember if I played Championship Edition or World Warrior first. I would have to guess it was World Warrior Super Nintendo.
Damn, a veteran, a full-on veteran. And your team at the moment on DBZ?
Right now, Nappa, Bardock, Gotenks, all A. But I want to put UI somewhere. I either want to put UI on the team instead of Bardock or something like that, or I would just play base Nappa base Gotenks.
Okay.
Nappa base Goku Gotenks.
Nappa base Gotenks. Oh yeah. That definitely sounds like a better team. I was wondering why Plug doesn't play that, to be fair, but I'll ask him in a second. And yeah, last question: what is your favorite fruit? Super important.
That's so hard. I'm just gonna default say mango.
That is crazy. Everyone says mango. Literally everyone. But cool. There's something with fighting games and mangoes apparently. Right.
It's more of a ganja thing. I'm not gonna get into that though.
I'm gonna have to Google search some stuff after this.
Yeah.
Right, I'll Google that later for sure. Okay. Plug. Your first fighting game. Let me know.
My first one was Blaze Blue Continuum Shift on the PS3. That was like the first game I ever played. That was a fighting game.
Okay.
Yeah.
And your team? I'm guessing we just saw it, right, with the set.
Yeah. It's Gotenks is new, so it's Nappa, Bluku, Gotenks. Like I wanna play that team. Well, Rocket especially has been telling me to play Gotenks, so I decided, well now, because I didn't want to play base Goku anymore.
Why?
I don't know. It's just I got bored of it.
You know what? I don't understand, but I don't like Goku's, so I'll
Yeah.
Maybe I can see it from that point of view. I think for the team, maybe I guess if you want to play a proper top-heavy Nappa team, you'd have to play him on point, right, with Baseku and Gotenks.
Well, yeah, if you're running Baseku and Gotenks, you'd have to be on point.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. I know how you feel about Nappa on point, so it's fine. That makes total sense to me. And last of all, favorite fruit.
It's probably just an apple.
My guy. All right. You're halfway to the best fruit. The best fruit is definitely pineapple, but
all right.
You got half of it right. Okay.
Is your favorite ice cream vanilla too?
It depends where I'm getting the ice cream from.
No, I was looking to Plug.
Oh, Plug.
Me. Oh. Nah, not vanilla. No.
You definitely have to think about it.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So yeah, for anyone who hasn't been here, we've got some topics: normal, special, supers, assists, damage, and neutral. For the most part, they're the topics we're gonna go over when it talks about when we talk about Nappa. There's some other ones, some intricate ones, but we'll get into there. Like we said, we've done Cell, Hit, Trunks, and Zamasu. So this is the 5th one. After I will mark I'll add up the marks. It will be something out of 110. Don't ask why. OCD is making me really angry, but yeah, it has to be 110. So first of all, okay, I'm gonna try and be a little bit more specific with the questions. I've had like feedback saying I should like proper nail down what I'm trying to get to. So the first mark out of 10 is gonna be talking about his normals, about Nappa's normals. In particular, this part is specific for length of strings, and mix potential off of his normals.
Alright.
Well,
I don't-
uh, I'm guessing I don't know what to say. I'm just lost for words now. Basically, I think they're pretty good. I think overall, complete, and his mixed potential is a lot better. It depends on the assist though. But usually when Nappa's most scary is when he's got a Cyberman right behind him, and most of his normals are pretty safe on block as well. So you can just you can go in between the Cyberman and himself during the string and then mix you up from there. So I think it's pretty good.
Just a heads up, the next question is about coverage and frame data on his normals, but this one's just about length of strings and the mix he gets from his normals. Yeah.
Oh, with length for strings, it's actually really good. Nappa's like one of the characters that can just keep you in block string forever. Like especially if he's back behind like 2 assists, he could just keep you in the corner.
Alright, so if he doesn't have assists, he's a completely different character when he has an assist. When he has assists enabled him or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like completely different. You do basically everything's different. Like your entire goals with him are different. If he either doesn't have a Cyberman on the screen already, or he doesn't have an assist that lets him put a Cyberman on the screen. But as far as his block strings, if he has one of those, then he's one of the most. He's extremely enabled with that. Like he gets jailed mix-ups, like completely jailed mix-ups. You can't do anything besides like risky guard cancels. He can reset his own pressure pretty. If you can sneak in plants and reset your own pressure, all kinds of stuff. So if we're talking length, then him is like he's up there with Ginyu in terms of like string length if he is has an assist or a Cyberman out already.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm guessing with mixed potential, he's got to be pretty good as well because he's one of the few characters that has like a million lows.
Yeah. If he like Super Dash, like if he like he's able to jail into Super Dash as well, depending on the string he does, and from there he can mix you with either JL or 5L, and like Air Dash JL and 5L are like almost like same frame. So his mixed potential off of strings are pretty good.
Okay.
If he makes you block mid screen and he can plant, he gets a high low or left right. He can't really do low on the other side that easily, but he gets a high low or a left right there.
Yeah.
A strong one, yeah.
So it seems like it's going to be pretty high. Like even if we take into consideration not having assists, which is mostly what we do for like normals and specials, not because a lot of characters are very enabled when they've got an assist, right? Everything's good if you've got like Kid Buu assist for like the most part, right? Yeah. So if we take into consideration it's Nappa, but Cyberman's part of Nappa. So even with Cyberman, he gets something that a lot of other characters don't do. So what would you mark him out of 10 for length of strings and mixed potential, including Cyberman?
If you include Cyberman, he has like the perfect kit for doing mix ups out of block strings. So that's like a 10 easy.
Yeah.
If he makes you block, this is what I'm saying. If he makes you block, yeah, it's a 10.
Yeah.
Wow, this is a good start. I was afraid it's going to be downplaying, but
I do the opposite.
Oh wait, it's already season 3. They need to. We've already. They should know by now, but.
Yeah.
All right, I'm down. Right, let me get that 10. First thing for Nappa a 10. That C letter is not looking very accurate right now. But all right, next point. We're gonna go over to coverage and frame data on his normals. If the first bit got a 10, this is gonna have to be pretty high because 5H covers a lot of screen, and obviously frame data as well.
Yeah.
Frame data on normals though, not specials.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. So I was just saying before, a lot of his normals have good frame data. So there's 5L is -3, 5M is -4, and then the 2L is -1, and he's got like with 2L especially, his staggers are really really powerful. So you can just do 2L and then 2L and then 2L again.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah.
I felt what that feels like. It feels like
Yeah.
it's a never-ending block string.
Yeah, and with the length, I think all of his normals have disjointed hitboxes. So, like his 2M especially, it's longer than it looks. Even if it is slow, it's longer than it looks. And same with the 5M, but it's not as good as 2M's range. And 5H, we don't, yeah, we all know about 5H. It's like his best normal.
It's pretty good. It doesn't gel into anything, right? 5H.
No, you can jail like 2M to 5H, I think.
Yeah, all his
Pretty
buttons
sure, right?
all his buttons except for 5S you can jail into.
Yeah.
Huh.
And
Okay.
out of. So I wanna for Nappa, his frame data is good. It's manageable. It's my personal issue. I wish that his buttons didn't move him forward as much. There's a reason why. Just because he can't. If you do staggers with like certain other characters like Bardock, you can control where you're at, and you can make them not want to use like else, like because he can either reset or do a delay. He can completely reset pressure like a dash in or something, or just do a delay stagger, and just destroy people mashing else. But Nappa can't do that. If he does a pressure reset, he doesn't have a way to make it safe like that. Like he can't force them to be out of range for their else to not connect.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's really big for. Oh, but go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, you can do it with 2L, but it's with 5M. That's because 5M is -4, but it
Yeah.
pushes him like really forward. So I'm guessing with do I rate the like as a whole, like his frame data?
Yeah, frame data and coverage of like normal, so like range and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, those two out of 10.
Out of 10. I'd guess like an 8 or 9. I'm not sure. It's because 5H is really really good. And so same with 2L. I think like 5M is still good, and so is 2M, but they're kind of slow. Yeah. So I wouldn't give it a 10. I'd just give it like around the 9, I think.
It's the first time I've ever heard you or seen you be reasonable.
Yeah. I mean, the great thing about 5H is unless you hit them from the tip, it doesn't change startup. So it stays at 15 frames all the time. That's why it feels like when you get hit by an Nappa, like very far away, that's why it feels really fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's like, I think he's the only normal that does that.
I'm trying to remember if Kuba and Hit was saying that hits 5M act something like that. I could be wrong though. I'm not too sure. I'll have to go back.
I don't know anything about it, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I'll have to read it back, but it could be right there.
Yeah. So yeah, Nappa's 5H is active at its maximum range pretty early.
Right.
Yeah. So my rating, like I said, that one flaw is noticeable to me, and that's literally why I started playing Bardock. So I can't give him as high as Plug would. For me, it would be a 7 or 8, like a 7 at very minimum.
7 minimum. So should we go with 8? Because Plug said 8, 9, right?
Yeah, I said 8, 9s, and yeah, so I might as well give him 8. Yeah.
Yeah, put him in the middle. You cool with that, Yoshi?
Yeah.
Cool. Right. Let me get the 8 in there. 10 and an 8. He's looking good. All right. Okay. Next point. We'll let Rogue go first on this one. We're gonna go to specials. Space control. How his specials cover the screen. How they help him apply pressure. And where you can execute them. That's kind of again talking about like range, right? And if they're like air okay and whatnot. So it's quite a kind of vague, like broad topic. But what are you thinking about using Nappa's specials for like space control in general?
Oh, no, this is one of his flaws. He
Okay.
doesn't. All right, so him, because he doesn't have a traditional beam. Like he has I can't remember what it's called. 236S. Like what's the actual name of that move?
I think it's like I just call it explosion really.
Yeah,
I don't
explosion.
know.
But
Yeah.
explosion is slow startup. And I don't really want to bring this up because it's a really old game. It used to track.
Yes.
That was pretty. That was
As
really good for it back
season 2 when it was an assist as well. It used to track as an assist, and they
then. Yeah, it used to track it as an assist.
Oh yeah, they brought that back in season 3.
Yeah, the point still doesn't do it, but yeah.
Yeah.
But you see it. You see this a lot, like Nappa versus Bardock. Lariat, it will completely whiff against the Bardock doing Lariat, and no other beam in the game suffers that.
Yeah, that's
okay.
So yeah, like there's people like if they know that matchup, if they actually know, they'll like that. They'll just wait and just Lariat. That's it. Because he can't as easily stop him from doing it. Like at round start he has round start gambit you can do like you can literally do like round start 2L. It's low risk, but like in neutral he can't if a Bardock wants to Lariat and they're good about just not doing it super predictably. He's basically always on the losing end of that.
Damn, there's Bardock plays in the
Yeah.
chat as well.
So explosion. I'm not. I think it sucks. It's good block stun. It jails in the vanish, but you can't jail into it too. That's another thing. So on pressure, you take a risk anytime you use that move to try and gain an initiative off of it because you can't jail into it.
yeah.
So
I really don't like the air version as well of it.
the air version is even worse. It's
Yeah,
more
it's even
startup.
worse. Yeah.
It's more
I
startup
really
and
don't.
less area coverage. It was good when it tracked. The older version tracked, then I actually use it a ton more than I do now. But yeah. What else? But there, ground explosion. Well, if we're talking about his specials for zoning, I'm not going to get into the use of that for pressure. But JS is high durability, so that it'll win trades. Like if people, yeah, it'll win any fight like key boss trades.
Mhm.
It's not even the slowest. It's kind of slow for a key boss, but the range if you do a certain ranges, you're basically always plus when they block it.
Yeah.
There's a big flaw with it though. It has a good coverage angle actually. It has a good coverage angle, great block stun, good hitbox on it. It has a flaw. He doesn't because he's in the air when he does it, and he doesn't have any gatlings or special cancels in the air when he does it. He can't stop people super dashing that on reaction without an assist. The only thing you can do if they do it, if they know that he can't really use that move, you can vanish to save yourself. But you're not really you're not furthering the game in your favor when you have to do that. You know what I mean?
I think you can backdash JL, but that's really hard to do.
Y-
You,
On the-
you have to save your double jump, I think.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. For the most part, you're at a disadvantage when they want to super dash. If they super dash early.
Yeah, very early. Yeah.
Uh, what else? 5S on the ground is pretty good. Underrated. I've been using it more. You can use it a lot of the times when people poke with key boss on the ground.
Yeah, it seems like even just playing Plug a second ago, he's quite weak in the air when it comes to like controlling space. Like as soon as Nappa jumps, it's like, well, I'll just jump with you so I don't get locked down by jump S.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. But yeah, continue. Sorry, man, I didn't want to cut you off.
5S has the Trunks Change the Future property. He's invincible to he automatically deflects key boss during the startup of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's pretty good for him on the ground if a character has good ground cleave as like base Vegeta, or the Gokus or whatever, something like that. The Saiyans in general.
Yeah. If you actually, really another good thing about 5S is, if you manage to get hit by the first, like for whatever reason, like say, because it can catch super dash as well. If you get hit by the first hit of 5S, it scales really well, and you can end up like pretty much Todd. If you with the right team, you can Todd off it as well.
Off of S.
Yeah, yeah,
The first hit is physical.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I was thinking about the actual S hitting. Yeah, the
No, no,
first.
not the
Yeah.
second one. You have to get
So
like, the first hit has to be the first.
surely it doesn't scale like an M, right?
I don't know, but pretty, I think it does. Actually, I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
I mean,
I'm
if you
not,
can TOD off it, it probably does. Like, it's very hard to TOD off of a normal or off of an attack that doesn't scale like an M. It's
yeah,
really hard unless you're someone like Zamasu or something stupid like that. But
yeah.
I want to test that just to know. That's crazy. I guess we've still got what was it? Is it actually called Armor Break? The armored move.
No, it's called Too Bad.
Yeah, too bad.
Yeah.
That's a way better name. I want to start calling it that.
uh. Oh yeah. I just call it Armor Break. It's actually a pretty good move. Not for like neutral or anything. But say in pressure, it's safe on block on pressure, and I don't know if a lot of people realize, but 214S into another 214S is like an actual thing you can do if you know they're not gonna mash straight away.
Mhm.
It's because Nappa can like backdash most 5Ls. Yeah.
Well, all right, it's also a thing. If they don't have a 6 frame, then you can do it for free a lot of the
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
They have to hard call you out for it. You can just do it over and over. Because it wins the armor. It's armor frame 5. It's minus
Yeah.
6 on block, but it armor frame 5.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's not a big window to mash out of.
Yeah. So it does beat like late. If you like.
Yeah. Actually, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of another certain situations. It's not doing it into itself. I'm sorry. I kind of conflated certain situations when I said that. In certain situations, if they have a 7 frame, you can do it for free.
Yeah.
You can't necessarily do it for free over. I mean, just raw like into it and do it and then do it into itself for free. It's something that they have to think about the fact that you can do it if they choose certain options and they might go to that. So
Yeah.
Because when I see it, I always think reflect if they do it again, right? So you block the first one, and you go, well, if you do it again, and I reflect, I can get a 2M punish, but it's still even that's pretty tight because you move like obviously really far away, and certain 2Ms take too long after the dash to hit. So there is like a mind game in it, I think.
Yeah. It's a mind game. Yeah.
I mean, he has cancels and he has an assist too, so you have to always consider that.
Yeah.
The big time that you get to use this move on defense, after blocking 6Ms, if you block someone with 6M, they always have to worry about that, like if they decide to swing after.
Yeah, because the armor comes out faster than any normal, right?
Yeah.
That's what he does for his Clash War. If you block a 6M, or if they block Nappa 6M, or if he blocks a 6M, they have to.
The move is flawed though. It has a very serious flaw. He can't armor cancel it. So if they hit the move, and they know the matchup, they a lot of the time they can just 5S. Depending on the matchup.
Yeah.
And there's nothing he can do about that. There's absolutely nothing. He can't because he doesn't get his any cancels. Like he can't vanish cancel. He can't do anything. He doesn't get anything unless the first hit of the move hits. So
right, because there was something I don't know if people know from like other games. There's armor property and there's like guard point property. That's what like Guilty Gear players call it.
Yeah.
And Broly's got armor, and the difference between armor and guard point is like armor you flash reds in this game. With a guard point, you don't flash and you can't. You literally are locked into the move. TN's volleyball slide's the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if there's like an actual term that are people using, but that's the terms I use. Like armor for like Broly and that.
Yeah,
and
there is.
guard
Yeah,
break.
there's a difference.
Yeah.
There's a functional difference to it. There is a functional
Yeah, I
difference.
think. Yeah.
It's even in the moves that can break it, I believe. So
I'm gonna have to look it up, or maybe people just using different terms and I haven't realized because with the guard point, obviously Nappa, like you just said, it loses to Key Blast, but Volleyball Fist from TN doesn't. So they've got unique properties to their.
yeah, even on top of that, there's still uniqueness. Like even Broly and 16's armor are unique in what they absorb and how they do it.
Right.
So another point about Too Bad, He can't jail into vanish from it anymore. That was a nerf.
Yeah,
One that he really didn't need, if you ask me.
it'd be like that.
I didn't think about that. I remember doing it in season 2, but I never thought that they took it away in season 3. Was it like a stealth nerf? Did they like mention that in the
No,
notes?
they
or-
mentioned it.
Huh.
Yeah,
Okay.
Because they buffed it. They buffed it a lot in other ways. It always ground bounces on hit now. Non-counter hit. It only used to do it on counter hit before.
Oh yes, I remember that.
yeah.
I was
Yeah,
like,
that was in season 1. Yeah.
that was a weird time, and I was like, I think Nappa's the only character. No, I think Boo had it at one point as well with can hit ball, but Nappa was like one of the only characters that got a different property to a move on can hit.
Yeah.
Damn, he used to be a cultured character. Then they turned him into a gorilla.
Yeah.
And the other nerf was armor used to start on frame 4. So
Yeah. That was used to be.
So every character after Vanish had to worry about armor because
Okay.
it was plus 2 after Vanish. Yeah. He had a play he can always make in those situations.
So it seems like they've kind of made him sort of a grounded character. Like on the ground, his specials are like really dominant and there's like a mind game with him. But in the air, you can kind of lay him out and force him to like approach on the ground. That's what it seems.
Yeah, he's only got one air special, so he's not really built. Yeah.
All right, so here's what I think about what they did in Nappa. They buffed his strength. They buffed like basically everything he's good at, and then nerfed his weaknesses even harder. So he's worse in the situations he was bad at before.
Right.
He's even worse in those situations. It's kind of like a Dota style balancing.
It kind of makes sense. It's like, okay, this character can kind of do a bit of everything. Let's just kind of give him a like what's the word I'm looking for? Like a playstyle, a structured playstyle, where it's like, this is what you want to do with him because this is good. Don't worry about doing this other stuff. Pick another character if you want to do that. It kind of gives him a solid place, like
Uniqueness, yeah.
I kind of like that. But it seems that he's got pretty equal pros and cons from what you two guys are saying. So we're looking at sort of like a 5.
Yeah, he's balanced, like in that regard.
Yeah.
He's balanced. It's annoying because other characters do not have these kind of trade-offs, but he has.
Yeah.
We just gotta live with him.
Wait, is this ratings for all the specials, right?
Yeah, I was about to say we might have to
in
consider. We have to kind of consider Cyberman. I don't know
Yeah, I
even
was about
how.
to say-
How? do you-
yeah.
How?
Forgot
do
about
you-
Spider-Man for a bit.
All right, so for Cyberman, if they give you space to do it and you can get it, it's really good. You can't do it in neutral unless you are prepared, unless you think they're not prepared to make you pay for planning. Because it's relatively fast now to plant it, especially the EX one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I like to do is I usually like throw in an assist before I plant, so I kind of cover myself.
I think Nappa really benefits from tracking assists just to do that.
Yeah. Cyberman's in neutral, like they're like one of the few combo breakers in the game as well. So if you're in a combo and you at least plant a Cyberman and it's running out, it literally breaks even. I think it breaks some level 3s as well.
Oh yeah, did anybody ever mess with getting a touch of death off the Cyberman grab out of touch of death off a Cyberman grab?
No, I haven't figured out. I think yeah, I don't know if I could thought of that yet.
Damn, that'd be something.
That would be funny.
Yeah, you actually Cyberman actually like practically very in practical terms, you can really rely on that getting you out of certain situations once if you lose neutral while it's out. Like they have to play around it.
Yeah.
They can't just ignore it, or else they get combo for a lot of damage generally. I really should lab a TOD off of that. That'd be funny.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen it. There's a couple of Nappa plays in the chat. Jan's in here. I thought Silverblade couldn't make it, but I'm sure.
There. He's the guy with the Tods.
Yeah, he's in there. I see him.
Yeah.
He said, I can do that. Are you referring to the Todd? I hope not. Actually, I might have to time you out. I don't. There's too many Nappas
if he can actually
conversing.
do that, that'd be very. That'd be really, really good.
Because that happens a lot. Like, I think
Yeah.
the Cyberman, the grab Cyberman happens probably as much as I've seen 5H's hit Raw. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
It's pretty common because people don't know the sequences. They don't. I mean, there's a big difference now with heavy Cyberman to light and medium. There's like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
massive. Well, it's not even a difference. It's that you can customize heavy,
Yeah.
and I don't know
Oh,
if
right,
people
yeah.
know that. Like from season 2 to season that we're in now, heavy Cyberman is. I think it was like for me, it was a game changer. I know they nerfed spit like from ages ago.
Yeah,
keeping it
just
like-
imagine. I don't know.
You know.
I don't know if we have Guilty Gear players here. Just imagine if you can call Testament Crow. Yeah, just imagine if they gave Testament EX Crow,
yeah,
and you could choose which pattern it used.
it's such a big deal in a game like this. Like,
Yeah.
such a big deal. So yeah, it's hard to talk about Cyberman as a space control tool because to get in the first place, to get it safely, you need to be the aggressor. You have to be in, right?
Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah.
Unless you're playing 18. I did try it didn't really work. And you just do like 18 plant. There's not a really like safe way. So yeah, I guess it's up to you guys how you want to take Cyberman into account for space control.
I mean, it matters if you have the space and you're sure they can't punish you for doing it. You might even lose a turn for doing it. But if you don't think they can get to you in time for doing it, then he can squeeze it in a lot of the time. As a matter of fact, EX Cyberman is fast enough to do it whenever you want, basically. If there's no immediate approaches going on.
Yeah, and with now it's half a bar now, so it's even better.
Oh, one thing I do want to mention for anyone that plays against Nappa, I've said it a couple of times, but it's quite awkward to explain in a match. So when he plants the Cyberman, if you hit him while it's pulsing on the ground, the Cyberman won't pop up until you finish the combo and he gets back up.
Yeah, it's as soon as the combo ends,
Yes.
that's when the Cyberman decides to come out.
Yeah, so when you hit Nappa and the Cyberman's not out, don't think the Cyberman's gone.
Yeah,
You've
pretty
been
much.
warned. You've been warned. I've seen it so many times. Like, kill him or knock him down and move back, and then clear the screen with like a beam or something. Don't knock him down and go for Oki because unless you open him up, you're gonna get combo broke. Well, not even combo broke. You're gonna get hit from behind, and there's nothing you can do about it. Like you have to stop. But yeah, sorry. Back to you guys. What are you thinking score wise, Yoshi? Out of 10.
He actually needs help in that area in neutral. Because he hasn't before the nerfs to the explosions when they had tracking, like he could use that. He could really afford to use it more without having to look every time to see which version to use. You know what I mean? But I would say he's like a 4 or a 4 or 5, like in terms of neutral usage for special.
Yeah, I think 5. Yeah.
5?
Yeah, 5. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So next, sticking with specials, but this time I think he's gonna score pretty high. Unique qualities and risk reward on his specials.
Wait, what do you mean by it? It's kind of vague.
Yeah, sorry. So unique qualities. When we spoke about the other characters, for example, who got a really high one? I forgot. I think Trunks got really high because he's got unique stuff like Cyclone Flip. No one's really got that sort of mobility.
Yeah,
freedom.
EX Flip for him. Anytime you can use it, you basically have a chance of getting damage.
Yeah, and this is what I was thinking. He's going to get pretty high, and the risk reward. Like a lot of his stuff, it's pretty hard to punish. I'm trying to think of something that's really
he doesn't really put himself at. All right, so assisted. I don't want to talk too much about Trunks, but yeah, Trunks. Even solo, he's good. He can do. His specials are useful for him solo, like Shining Slash, both A and B version. And the occasional flip, even the occasional EX flip sometimes with assists. Trunks is crazy. Like he gets 4 ways.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out to Rudy. We've seen all that. It's
Yeah.
it's super gross. It's quite hard executionally, but it's doable. That's the thing.
Yeah. All right, but so off of that, Nappa, if he, we're assuming he's one neutral and he has his resources. If he has assists and he gets some of the biggest opportunities off of planning Cyberman in the game. Like his advantages, like they really can't be understated. Like what he gets off of planning against Cyberman. He doesn't just get he a character or normal characters they use an assist and get an extra turn right there. Right? Or they get an assist attempt and Nappa, if he plants a Cyberman, then he gets an assist.
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry. Normal characters don't get an extra turn. He gets a mix-up attempt, or 1 or 2 mix-up attempts, and an extra turn generally.
Yeah, and a combo breaker if it all goes tits up.
Yeah,
Potentially.
if you chose to plant a second one instead of doing like a stronger mix-up or a stronger pressure, then yeah, he gets a backup.
There's not. I think you could maybe put Ginyu in the same class.
Yeah, you can. You can. That's a lot of people thought that they were really similar in the beginning, but Ginyu doesn't have hard 50/50s. Nappa has unfuzzy guardable. Well, I'm talking about fuzzy guard as in like you block for a certain way for a certain amount of frames and then block the other way.
Yeah.
Ginyu has a lot of stuff that you can either react to or you can fuzzy guard it. Nappa has mixed up that you can't fuzzy guard. You have to take a guess every single time he does them. That's the main difference. But Ginyu can get started on his own without an assist. No, Ginyu's better off without assist than Nappa is.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That's what I'd rather say. Yeah.
I totally agree with that. What do you think, Plug? When it comes to uniqueness and risk reward of these specials?
Yeah. So yeah, with the Cyberman, like if you have assist, it's always best to go for Cyberman. If he doesn't have any assists, really, 236L comes in really handy. The overhead. A lot of people get hit by it, even though it's like the same. I think it's the same slot as 6M, 24, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's still like something that you have to watch out. So you can just do 2L, 2L, and then either 5L or 236L.
It's
or
gross.
like delay like 2M or something like it. It's risky, but if you do get the 236L like hit and you have 3 bars, for example, you do get like the raw level. Like I don't know if it's like, yeah, I think it's like a good level 3 damage and then the Oki afterwards.
Yeah, so something he didn't have good. His reward off of that landing that overhead was really bad before. Now he can potentially either kill you or bring you 1 touch from death after he lands the overhead.
Yeah.
Okay.
But honestly, I don't. The way I play Nappa, because I've actually played him degenerately. Like everybody else plays him relatively honestly, and they're probably better off for that. But I always. If I make the block, it's Cyberman. No questions asked, it's Cyberman.
All right. Yeah, I see what you mean.
But when it's like last round, that's I will say 236L has won me a grand finals as a comeback. It has won me a grand finals.
Yeah, 236L now is really really good.
Like just I even said this in the Discord, just like because I don't use that move at all, people just forget it exists because Nappa is also still rare, you know. So like when I do use it, it's like guaranteed to hit.
Yeah.
He's got so many lows, and the overhead kind of looks
he
like the
has so
start
many lows.
of 5H.
Other characters, some characters. Sometimes people can get away with attempting like Aberray or reflects against people's offense, but you take way too much risk against a character like Nappa or Cell or somebody like that when they have so many lows.
Yep. With so much damage on the table, like we've seen so many TODs with Nappa, and they can come from a lot of like stray hits. So you're so scared to stand block. You're so scared. He's got like, was it 2L that doesn't
No.
hit low?
Yeah, the 2L doesn't hit low.
Yeah.
Standing low, yes. Standing lows, I actually. Yeah, standing lows. How many times have you? Everybody knows standing lows. Just Android
Yeah.
18.
In every game, like you can look at Vibe from
Every
like
game,
Street
yeah.
Fighter 4. Standing lows always throw people through a loop. Like visually, it's gross. And even talking about visually, obviously the overhead kind of looks like the start of 5H, which makes you just
The funny
like
thing
freeze
is,
up.
Ali in season 1, he said that Bandai should make this a low, the 5L, and I said that would be extremely broken if they did that, and there's no way they'll do it. And then they did it, and I was like, wow, they actually did that,
I
and it
can't
mattered.
understand it.
it made that character so much better. You know what I mean?
Very much so. I think they buffed him unnecessarily. I don't think anyone was super like, you need to put Nappa in the game. It's not like he was never like Jiren status where he needed buffs.
Well, season 1, he was. All right, so here's season 1. He was doo-doo, but his gimmick was so strong because there was something else about season 1. You couldn't Cyberman spit in this game is a key blast. In this version of the game, it's a key blast.
Yeah, before
it wasn't. So you can true block string into Cyberman plant over and over in season 1. So and that was broken.
Mm-hmm.
That was super broken. That was like people complained about Adult Gohan season 1, but Nappa could do the same thing without spending a meter.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's what happens when people don't lab certain characters. They just don't know. So what are we thinking out of 10 for uniqueness and risk reward?
I give him really, really high rating on that. But he has some of the best. All right, if we're talking
Yeah, I can
only
agree with that. Yeah.
when he wins neutral, then like he has some of the highest. He has some of the lowest risk and the highest reward. Probably the lowest. Damn it, I'm just gonna say it. He has the highest reward for getting in with resources. If he wins neutrals with resources, he's the best character in the game. That's it.
Yeah.
The problem is that it really shouldn't be happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's what how they try to balance him, right? They try to kind of neuter all the ways he can like just get in like degenerately. Even if you think of something like Beam Vanish, he can't even really do that now because of how they've made his moves,
exactly.
Right?
They made his weaknesses even worse because they saw the potential. He has all this. If he gets in, if he could just get like Beam Vanish, get in and start all that would be something. It would be like people would use him.
He'd actually be really if he had tracking 236S again, he'd actually be like way better than he is now.
Yeah.
He's already right now really good.
It's pretty messed up. I think you've got to give him quite high then, right? What are we thinking?
Again, all right. I'm talking specifically relatively. He has the highest reward in the game for winning neutral with resources. Like I think it's undisputable. Like how much reward he gets off of getting in, and he has either if he has an assist and can plant Cyberman, then he like bar none, the best in my opinion. So I would rate him really high, like a 9 or 10.
You know what? Yeah, I'd say 10 as well. Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Give him another 10. He's that good.
Why not? I feel like that goes through your head every time you go for like an overhead for a mix up with Nappa. Just why not? Like it doesn't matter what they did before, like how they blocked it, if they sparked it. Like it's Nappa. Why not? Let's just try this.
Yeah.
They might explode if it works. Like I guess that's how you have to play the character, right? He's a very like top heavy strategy, and you have to go for it. It's like I don't excel in anything else. I'm not even average at anything else. I have to be in your ass.
Chosen for your final resting
He's
place.
the worst. He's the worst in the game in certain aspects.
Mm-hmm.
Like I bar none worse in the game, and and some certain flaws. I'm gonna wait because we're eventually probably gonna go over those on the rating chart. So I'm gonna wait and see if we do. If we don't, then remind me to mention one of the biggest flaws that he has.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Cool.
That's a doozy.
We might touch upon it if it's what I think it is. But next we're gonna go on to supers. The first part again out of 10, we're going to talk about DHC scaling and flexibility of his supers. So this is in terms of being able to DHC into his level 1 or level 3, DHC in and DHC in and DHC in out of his supers, and the scaling. Obviously, scaling's, we can just pull up the numbers on that. I don't know if you used to know it off by heart.
I don't know off by heart, but I know it's around. I think level 1 is around the 800
Okay,
scales. Yeah. I don't know level 3 though.
that's cool. Mostly like scaling, we can go like an average anyway to kind of work out. It's more about the flexibility and if he can get any like follow ups or extensions of his supers. I know there's like obviously a couple. Normally when you have single hitting really quick level 1, something like Big Bang, there's a lot of supers that allow you to set up afterwards. And I guess with Nappa, your setup would be plant, right? If you do level 1 and the super before you DHC is still hitting, you go, well, I'm just going to plant. Maybe I can lock you down with a 2H into armor break, and then now I'm just oppressing you. So
yeah, that's what I kind of do with Goku Blue's level 1, because it gives you sliding knockdown.
Mhm.
So I do Nappa level 1 and then call Bluku, and then it would knock them down like sliding, and then I plant a Cyberman. Usually in that situation, people would either jump or like roll tag or reflect. It's kind of just I put the Cyberman there just to scare people. Usually, keep
No, it's
in mind.
solid. It's something he has on top of what other characters would. So
Yeah.
other characters would have to play the Uki game,
Yeah.
the normal Uki game. He still
Yeah.
has to do that. It's just he has a Cyberman coming eventually.
Yeah.
Not long after.
There's also like other examples like after he has good DHC synergy with some characters like Gogeta, for example. He can Dragon Rush after during Gogeta's level 1 because his level 1 is really fast and he recovers faster than most characters.
His DHC synergy. I mean everybody's was nerfed. Let me see. So into him, if you have an assist that locks him long enough to give him the frame advantage to plant and then get play Oki, then that's a slight advantage that he has over other characters because they're not gonna hard take a Cyberman offense right after that. You have to win that exchange first and make them block, and then you get something. Which is it's an advantage. It's not the biggest advantage, but it's an advantage that he has over other characters, DAC wise, like the single hit supers.
Mhm.
That's just for level 1, and so out of him, DACing out of him, he's not really. Oh, he gives base Goku level 3.
Yeah. And they even buffed it this season too.
It's even easier to do it.
Yeah, with his held level 1, he couldn't do it against small characters in the corner. But now with the held level 1, it drags them towards the Spirit Bomb.
His level 3 has really his level 3 super has unique advantages to other characters too. If you DAC, well, all right, so as a base, he can combo off a level 3 now. And he gets, how much does he get off a level 3 without spending any extra bar after like 6K?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So if you can DAC into his level 3 early from another character, and then get a plant restand, like Cyberman plant, and then restand with the fit, and you can kill people in 2 touches. Like the second touch will kill them. Basically, off anytime you can DAC in the Nappa, he gets a he gets a plant restand.
I think that's probably the best thing about his level 3 this season.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was wild how they gave him that level 3.
That was
buff,
a very fun addition. Like,
Yeah.
I actually wasn't expecting them to even do something like that, but it's kind of cool. It's really rare that they give us things like that are like, because it's really functional and it's really fun for the character.
Yeah,
to have that.
It was totally out of nowhere, right? It's not like a emulation of another character. It's totally unique, and they gave it to Nappa of all characters. It was super strange why they did that. I don't know. I thought there must be some like canon law, because otherwise it makes no sense. It's so arbitrary to pick it to give it to
Yeah,
Nappa.
I don't understand it either.
Yeah.
But solo, it gives him opportunities he never had before too. Before solo, he used to get safe jump or high low, but now he gets way more damage and a plant resend, so he can two touch someone as a solo character, like on the last character, even without limit or sparking in the mix.
And yeah, and the plant restand that he does, it's actually it's pretty much like it's a guess. You have to guess between
Hard 50, hard 50-50.
Yeah, yeah. It's like it's literally a guess. You're not blocking it.
If they want to be real, if they want to be real mean about it, they can do explosion resend too. He's not even limited to just a spit resend. He can do explosion resends. He has two kinds of resends.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if someone doesn't play Nappa commonly and they don't know about the way the explosion resend works, it might even wind up being free damage a lot of the time, because you can't if you try to uptech versus him and he did an explosion resend, you get hit. You get basically you get hit at a jump startup because it restands you and you get hit on the next stream.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's and it scales well. It scales well enough to kill him.
Yeah, yeah. I think does it scale the first move that you use? Like, say if you 2M, or no 5M, I mean, after the explosion.
I
Or
can't
is
remember.
it just the explosion?
They buffed the scaling.
Yeah.
So I can't remember the specifics of it. I just know it's strong enough to kill most times.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Pretty
Like
much.
if your combo did even like 4K damage before it.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, yeah, you can two touch stuff like yeah.
So
Score wise, what are you thinking out of 10? DHC scaling and flexibility. The only flaw I would say that I don't think we've mentioned is air supers. Obviously,
Yeah,
his is.
yeah.
I
No,
guess.
the two flaws actually. He has two flaws. He doesn't have safe DAC out. Like if you DAC into him, he doesn't. He generally or yeah, he doesn't have a safe DAC into Nappa. You get what I'm saying? Some characters, like if you DAC into them, they're safe on block.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not common that a lot of characters can do it, but it's a factor.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. TN springs to mind. Like he can just come in whenever he wants.
Yeah, Yamcha.
Yeah, Yamcha as well.
I guess mid screen as well. It's kind of hard to DHC into level 3. It's depending on the super really.
Yeah.
Because it's like the range, like the first punch is kind of limited.
Yeah, you have to dash level
is.
3.
Yeah.
And even then, you don't always get the time to do it. So that's a flaw too, actually.
So I'm guessing overall like an 8.
Yeah, 8. He's an 8.
Yeah.
Because he's above average in multiple respects there. So
Yeah, and plus the 50-50 after level 3.
yep.
Cool. Right, I'll punch in 8 there. The chat recommended that we go back to one of the previous questions in regards to normals. I'm doing it because they asked, but they wanted to know if the score would change if we took into consideration air normals.
Air normals.
Yeah, air normals would bring it down.
Yeah.
Okay, air normals kind because his JM's kind of. I don't like his JM. I don't like his JM at all.
No, all his air normals are bad. Except JH is like a standard character's JH, but JL is it has actually JL has some good things about it, some bad things about it. It doesn't it has problems with getting low profile.
Oh yeah. ID like L is just
Yeah, it's hard on
free,
especially short characters.
Mm-hmm. I've seen that whiff on GT a million times.
Yeah.
So yeah, at the moment you scored it an 8. I'm guessing they want you to bring it down.
Yeah, the air normals can really bring it down. And in a like if we're talking neutral, then yeah, the air normals can bring it down. Like
what would you bring it down?
And Kalapsia just said J2H is combo only tool. That's true. If you use it in neutral, it's super gimmicky and it's not really. It's not a contribute. It doesn't really contribute to
Oh,
like
I forgot about J2H. Okay, yeah.
yeah. It doesn't. J2H doesn't really contribute much to neutral.
Neutral, yeah, not all, yeah.
The only thing that I find it personally useful for is stalling my landing, like doing the feint just to stall the landing.
Yeah, I
Because
think
if you almost never want to let it rip because of how much recovery time it has when he hits the ground.
definitely. I think there's some. Again, I'm going to use the word gimmick, but strong
Yeah,
gimmicks by
gimmicky.
doing that with especially now with UI assist, with jam session assist.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's funny. That's pretty funny.
I think there'll be some really good applications for it. But obviously, at face value, it's like you said, you don't let it rock. You don't just do, oh, you're below me, I'm gonna 2H. I'm gonna air 2H.
It doesn't have a cross-up hitbox either. It doesn't like the hitbox is really narrow. So like coming down is really dangerous. They could buff that move. Like if they made it like anti super dash or something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. Yeah, head involved, right?
Yeah, head involve. It might be messed up if they gave that head involve. Just imagine you can JS and just do that move.
Oh, yeah. Never mind.
No, take your backsies. So yeah, at the moment, it scored an 8. That was for frame data and coverage.
Yeah.
Did you want to bring that down? How much by?
Okay, because that I feel like that category is mostly about grounded, but it's some characters. I feel like certain characters neutral involve their air moves in general, so you can bring it down like by like a point at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, 7.
Cool.
So I should ask now. Is there something specifically for air related stuff like air game? I guess.
No.
Okay,
No.
so I want to say this now. He has a fatal flaw in this game. Well, actually, what about conversions? Conversion potential. Do you have anything that could be related to that?
Sort of. I've got neutral and damage without assists.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go over it then when we get to there.
Yeah, because it might come into play in that question. Right. So let's. I'll double check. You don't want to change the score for length of strings and mix potential. We keeping that at 10, right? I don't think air normals affect.
No, it
that
doesn't.
score.
It's not affected.
No.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Right. Back to supers. We've touched upon the first bit. The next bit is setups and damage. It's quite similar to the other one, but this is more kind of what you guys were talking about before you scored the flexibility setup. So like Planet Cyberman, you said the damage was 800, which I think is quite decent. That's not above average, right? That is average, I think, 800.
I don't know if it's 800 exactly, but it's close. It's like the lower, around 800, 810. No.
His
810,
level 3 is
810.
his level 3 is almost 1800 minimum.
Okay.
Right. So this part is about raw.
Raw.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was raw. Oh, it's in this. It's in the spreadsheet. I need to check on it.
Cool.
Wait, raw level 3 is 4300 basically, but that's without the cancel. The cancel is really high. It's like 6k minimum damage, I think.
Oh,
the combo
okay.
after.
Is that without resources? I'm guessing.
Yeah, no resources. It's level 3 plant. Blah blah blah.
Huh. Okay. Damn, that's gonna make him go up. That's gonna be pretty high. And setup wise, I guess we talked about it, the plant stuff. If you've got if you DAC into him with certain assists, you get plant, DR, and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Do the supers give you any advantage though? This is like talking about going into Nappa. So Nappa, you don't get a sliding knockdown off his level 1.
You
No,
do
you
not,
don't.
right?
Yeah. So that he doesn't really give you setup. I'm not. What do you get off his level 3? Do you get anything? I know it's quite
You can.
big.
He gets a lot. He
Yeah.
actually gets a lot. All right. If you do the normal level 3, he get safe jump 50/50. If you plant, then you get restand, multiple restand option. All of them are ambiguous.
Yeah, it seems
Oh,
pretty
yeah,
good.
I found the. Sorry, I found the super chart that Rin made. It's 805 for his like scale, and it's
Yeah, minimum.
2,300 for his raw. Level 1.
2,300. Okay,
Yeah.
that's decent. It's not
It's
the top
pretty
one.
high. Yeah. It's not. Yeah, it's not the highest. It's like yeah. It's average. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, setup wise, and raw damage. What would you say out of 10?
So level 1 is it's not level 1 is nothing special except for the fact that he enables base Goku with level 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Level 3 he probably has. I mean, if you think about it, he has the highest reward off of level 3 now in terms of damage and setup.
Yeah. It's also it's a really good reversal too.
Yeah, it
I
is.
think
It's
you're saying about the
relatively speaking. Yeah,
yeah.
relatively speaking, it's a great reversal.
I think the level 3 carries. I'd say like an 8 maybe. What do you think?
Oh, I wanted to ask something. Do you know if you have not happy birthday, but if you hit someone's assist with level 3, does he get the cancels? I forgot to test that.
Is he able to cancel if you hit an assist with it?
Yeah,
Yeah. You can happy birthday. Yeah.
that no. I'm saying
Oh.
they block it. You hit their assist. Can he cancel?
I know you're not. That I don't know. I thought if they both get hit, like if they both
Hold
get
on,
hit.
I got the
Yeah.
game out right now. I want to test
Yeah.
that, but that's actually busted if he can do that. But yeah, let's carry on. Yeah, he has the highest reward off of level 3. Like in terms of just numbers, it's he has a in terms of just numbers because of the level 3 combo, he has the highest reward off of it. And if you think and then setups, he has the highest reward off of it. So
Yeah, I'd give it like an 8 then.
yeah, between the both his supers, oh
Yeah.
yeah, like an 8.
Yeah.
yeah, do you value the level 3 that much more than level 1? Because I mean,
Yeah.
for me, the only thing is the level 1. Obviously, you can just tech out. Like you lose all of your set
Yeah.
play.
Yeah.
Okay, so okay, so that is a factor. People will combo into level 1s. To further their game plan. You don't want to combo into Nappa's level 1 to further your game.
Yeah.
So that is you can subtract from that. So a 7 because he can't do that. That's actually a big factor because some teams are not hard carry. They're like soft carry by the fact that they can just combo supers without and then continue like their normal game plan. He doesn't really get that. Like they tech out and then he has to worry about which way they tech. He can't plant for free because if they down tech, they can blow you up, etc.
Yep.
So.
Cool. Right. I'll drop a 7 in there. Think that's it for supers. Yeah, that's it for supers. Next, we're going on to positioning. So this is going to be marks out of 5 for each position on a team. So point, mid, and anchor.
All right.
We'll start with point. Out of 5, how much do you rate Nappa as the point character?
All right. So are we talking relative to other characters? Relative to the entire cast as a point character?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how everyone else did it. Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure it's how everyone else did it. So obviously the scores are relative.
His biggest strengths are as a or actually no, I'm not gonna say his biggest strength. He's most enabled when he's at point or he is DAC'd in. If he gets DAC'd in on certain teams, he's a point character. All right, so as a point character, if he has 2 assists, he gets extra chances to get started. The assist help is neutral, and if he gets in and it has at least 1 assist, then he gets start. He's enabled. If he is in the second or third slot, and he has to use his assist to get in, he has nothing to enable his busted offense. After he gets in, he has to play. Especially in this season, because he can't stall with a block strength to get his assist back.
Mm-hmm.
Then he has problems. He has serious problems with that.
So I will say I think there was a bit I think I didn't explain it properly. So someone's talking about not relevant. When we spoke about the hit players were saying his hit was a good point, but he's bad without resources. So he's better mid because that way you can DAC into him. So basically what you were saying earlier about the setups to bring in Nappa to get him in safely and to get him already technically as point because he's going to have 2 assists, but with a Cyberman out. I don't know if you were thinking that way as well. So when you think about him on point, that's more round start point, like no bar. He's got both his assists up, but it's at mid range. And you might think, oh well, Nappa's good with 2 assists, but not at round start. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, he's at an objective disadvantage versus basically every other character in neutral. Just like, except in certain ground area, like his 5H range, they have to worry about that. But if they're outside of 5H range, or they're in near like yeah, so like outside of 5H range, or they have something that can like threaten you for using 5H. For the most part, he has a relative struggle. His assists carry him. His assists carry him getting started. So other characters, they can control the screen with like beams and key boss and stuff. He can't. He has to pick his places. He always has to pick his places to use his specific tools. So if he doesn't have assist or neutral, then it's a big problem. And it's a big problem if you have to use more than 1 assist to win neutral, because then you won neutral but you get nothing. You get a solo character. You basically get I can't say. Let me see. If he wins neutral without assists, then he doesn't get what makes him good, basically.
Without assists.
Yeah. If he wins neutral and doesn't have his assists, then he doesn't get what makes him good. Other characters can they have better tool sets for doing offense if they don't have their assists available. In my opinion, anyway. I think other characters are more enabled than he is if they get in without assists.
Okay. Plug, what do you think? About point, Nappa on point.
Yeah, I don't like Nappa point as much as other Nappa players do. I don't think he's bad at point. I think he's a bit better on mid, mainly because if you play another character on point that is like really like it's a really like say another character that's good on point. For example, for me, I play Goku Blue, so I play Goku Blue on point. There are chances where I can bring Nappa in, like either like tag him in or do the level 3 DHC into Spit Restand, and like once the round starts, I can either have like meter or my assists coming back, and say for example I end the combo with Goku Blue, I can just switch straight to Nappa, and then it's back to another Oki situation.
So I agree. I think he is probably best mid.
Yeah.
He's
his assist as well factors great, like because his assist is really really good now.
Yeah, his assist. I think all 3 of his assists are good. A might be the best though, just because
A is the best. Yeah.
The problem with B is it has guard point on it. Actually, it's one of the few assists in the game with actual guard point, but it has vulnerable frames before the guard point happens, so it's kind of a moot point.
Yeah. It doesn't have as much block stun as the other 2 assists as well, and it doesn't have the range either. The other 2 assist track.
Yeah, the other 2 assist track, especially C, is Vajra assist.
Yeah.
So I agree. Mid Nappa is probably the way to go. I like playing Nappa, point Nappa, so I just throw him point, basically.
Yeah.
Even I'm not technically. My team is optimized for point Nappa, but an optimized Nappa team would have him mid and a strong point Nappa mid, and then a character with a good assist for Nappa or good DACs for Nappa, etc. That can play the end game. Like if you're down to your last character, you want a character that can play make comeback. Nappa, Nappa does not want to go last at all.
Yeah, no.
At all.
Wait, how would we score? How do we score all of this again? Because you said it's
Oh,
out of 5.
Out of 5 for each position. So.
Yeah, out of 5 for each position. So yeah, you can talk about all the points, but yeah.
Okay. So for like point, I'd say a 3.
Yeah, the 3.
And
He's
then-
playable at point.
Yeah, he's playable.
He's not excellent. He's not excellent point.
He's best. He's best at mid, but I don't think I would call him the best mid in the game.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
I'd say like a 4 for like mid, and then anchor is like
I think a 4 might be. Oh well, because a 4 could be fair. I think so.
yeah. And then
If you want, you can do like 3.5s and stuff. We've got decimal points here.
so you can use decimals.
Yeah.
3.5 is fine. Like 3.5 or 4. I wouldn't say a 5. Outright 5.
Yeah.
But that's
I
his
mean,
best
if we're gonna, who would be a 3? I mean, a 5 for mid. Let's consider that.
I
That
don't
would be
know.
base Goku.
Base Goku or like
Yeah.
season 2 GT Goku.
Yeah, there you go. That's it.
Yeah.
So that's if you're comparing against those, then like the 3.5 is very fair for Nappa.
Yeah.
And then
Cool.
What would you give for anchor?
Just so you know, you can put 0.
Before season 3 for Anchor, I would give him a straight 1
Yeah.
because it was so bad. It was so bad. Even if he got hits, he didn't get to use the entire reason to play him, which is Cyberman.
I'm gonna say 1 as well, mainly because of limit break and.
No, I'm saying before season 3, I would give him a 1. He can have a 2 now. He can have a 2 now.
I'll just give him a 1, but okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to give him a 1.5? I mean, you can give him a 0. We've had Hit got a 0.
I don't think he's a 0.
Okay. I'm just
like it's because his damage. That's it. But he's bad at anchor, but his damage in limit break as well, especially limit break sparking, he can kill you off of a lot of hits. If you're, but like the problem is it's getting in. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. So who's the worst anchor in the game?
By the chart so far, it's Hit because they gave him a 0. They said
no. Nappa's the worst anchor than Hit.
Oh, okay, then 0.
Yeah.
Right.
Nappa's like free. Nappa's the worst anchor than Hit.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
All right, then another 0. I'm not gonna argue. So we've got near the end now. Let's talk about lockdown and safety when it comes to his assists. I know you touched upon ASS being his best one. Normally what we do with this point is we pick one of his assists and then we talk about that and grade that. So for lockdown and safety, are we going to go with A assist? I think that's...
ASS is amazing.
ASS has been a top tier assist throughout this entire game, basically.
Yeah.
It's just you have to use Nappa and you have to be willing to use Nappa for it.
Mm-hmm.
The only time it was really low was when it wasn't tracking, and now that's back.
Yeah, if the tracking is back, I don't like. Is it out of 5 again for each assist?
This one is out of. This is out of 10 or out of 5? This is out of 10.
Oh.
Yeah, this is out of 10.
Out of 10 for each of the assists, right?
No. So what we're gonna do is the first question is out of 10 for 1 assist, and we picked A assist.
Yeah. Okay.
So how good is A assist for lockdown safety? How you can apply it for like mix-ups and all that sort of stuff.
Okay, so let's look at a precedent. Season 1 16 A assist.
Yeah, pretty much.
That was undisputed one of the best assists in the game. Nappa assist is literally that, but with a couple frames more block stun, and it tracks, and he's not vulnerable. Like he's all the way in the back when he does it. So whatever you like,
is it a hit stun better or worse than 16s?
It was better. It's better.
It's better, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The hit stun and the block stun was better.
It's a really good lockdown assist as well.
Yeah.
It's not like it's not like on the higher ends of block stun. It's 35, but that's something like in this game. Yeah, 35 is quite a bit for an assist.
The other thing is it has a seeker feature. It has the mini hell zone effect where it blocks out you can't see shit when it's out.
I can't
Yeah.
believe they didn't take that away from him. I'm so baffled that he's just like one of the only moves that is still a layer over
Yeah,
the
exactly.
characters.
Yeah.
I'm glad they didn't do it.
So like
But,
think about
yeah, it's
this.
so messed up.
If you'd like to play like Super Saiyan Vegeta with like color 6 and then just do like J2H with Nappa
Yeah.
assist, it's like
Yeah.
unseeable.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, I'd just give it like yeah, it's good it's good in everything. It's like it's good in neutral, it's good in blocks like lockdown. It's safe as well because he doesn't get happy birthday unless you're right next to him.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't really see any issues with that assist, really. And it's not that slow either. It's like 28 frame startups.
I think the only way you can say there's a flaw in it is that it doesn't track anymore, which is mad.
No,
'cause-
it's cracked again.
It tracks again. It tracks. It
Is
just
it-
doesn't track
Yeah.
full screen, like all the
Yeah,
way. at the back.
before it was even better.
Yeah, before it was like everywhere, but now it's like just like if you're all the way in the edges of the screen and so is Snapper or the other character, it won't hit them. But in this game, we're all constantly moving anyway, and there's not going to be a situation where you're all the way back there most of the time. And in like when everyone's jumping around IEDing and stuff like that, it can catch people a lot if you just call it.
Did they give Frieza tracking on his one?
No, Frieza doesn't have tracking.
Damn, they done him dirty. That sucks.
Yeah, good.
I don't know why they gave Nappa his tracking on the assist back because
Yeah.
they removed the tracking from the point version of the move, but they
That's
give
what-
it to they give it back to the assist for some reason.
Oh,
I
that's
wanted
what I'm
the
getting
tracking
confused.
back. I wanted the tracking back, and now I got it. I'm happy about it.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I guess the best way, I've said this like a few times over some assists or some markings. It feels like with this, you have to go, why is it not a 10? You have to
Yeah.
mark down.
All right, so
Yeah, pretty much.
there's only two relative flaws with it. One, it doesn't give every character in the game a four-way mix-up, basically, like how Kid Buu or Gotenks would. It does not give every single character in the game a four-way mix-up. Well, I'm saying virtually every character in the game a four-way mix-up. It
Right.
doesn't enable that. Because that's a couple of assists do that right now. It's Kid Buu, Gotenks. Does Bardock do that? Does he have enough?
Bardock B, yeah, 26, the same as Gotenks, yeah. It's really
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, so there you go. Those assists can do that. He can't do that. And then the other relative flaw, he's somewhat more hittable than Cell A is. Cell A and Vegeta. Yeah, Cell A is like one of the least hittable assists, I think.
He's got to be up there with Vegeta as well. Vegeta's like mad behind you. He's like in another game. He's super far behind you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's it.
I think it's a 10, really.
It's an easy 9. It's
Oh.
debatable because some teams are carried by the fact that they have those really long blocks on assists.
Yeah.
So I can't give it a 10 because of that, because certain teams are actually enabled by a Kid Buu or
But
those things.
those with those assists, the difference with Nappa is it's not as like blocks down heavy as say Bardock B or Gotenks, but it's a lot faster. That's what I really like. So you can just call it out and it will catch people because it's that much faster.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, that's the one. That's what I like about it better than those assists.
Okay, so it's one of the best. Arguably, could be the best, but it's not perfect. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I
Okay.
can't give it a 10 just on that.
Okay, then.
It's a 9.
Alright, I'm alright with 9 then. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
at least a 9 for me.
Yeah.
All right. I'll punch in 9. So, all right, that's the. Ooh. What we got next?
Zan says 9.5. Yeah, probably 9.5. Close to 10.
Do you wanna do 9.5?
Yeah, not
Yeah,
9.5.
All right.
Yeah. Damn, he's gonna be so. Yeah, we need to make sure that he gives a. I hope that you have certain categories coming up because I don't want him to be inflated.
I'm gonna break your heart.
His flaws need to be made clear.
There is 3 points left. There's 3
All right.
more markings. and I don't think you're gonna get your wish. I think you're literally gonna make him like the best character on this chart. But it's fine.
Oh man.
It's fine. I'll put side notes so you can say why he's not
Yeah.
that good. I'll do that. I'll definitely.
There's, I think I know what Yoshi's about to say when Nappa's flaws. I know what it is.
All right.
It might come up in these
It's-
3 points.
A flaw. All right. A character. This character's flaws are so bad that people will not consider using him, just for these things, just for the certain things.
It might pop up. It might pop up.
Yeah.
So next we're going to talk about versatility between his 3 assists. So this is taken into consideration. If you pick A assist, can you do something different with your team if you pick B assist?
No. B assist is just inferior.
Yeah, B assist is. I don't know how to even use it.
There's one thing you get combo routes. You can technically get different combo routes because the 2 hits on it.
Yeah,
2 hits, really good hits on it.
yeah,
That's right.
it's like the 2-1-4s, like ground bounds. I think another unique thing about it is the guard point, right?
Yeah, the guard. But remember what I said. There's a vulnerable point. There's a hittable point before the guard point actually starts. So.
Oh, right, yeah. I see. I don't think B is that good compared to his other 2 assists. C assist is.
C assist is very interesting.
It's very good.
I actually consider switching to C assist, but I would need to play a team that really justifies it, so I haven't. I can't justify using C assist.
With C assist, it's the thing it has over A assist is it tracks everywhere, like literally everywhere. So up, down, left, right.
Any point on the screen, yeah. They can be off screen and it will track them.
It's a bit slower for like neutral startup, but it's faster for combo startups, like every C assist. And the problem with the C assist is pretty much like everyone, it's the cooldown is a bit slower. So that's why I prefer to use A.
You have to.
I don't want to have more than one C assist in a team.
You have to change your game plan to if you want to rotate C assists. Like lots of DACs and stuff.
Yeah.
But C assist it's one of the most unique in the game. I think only him and Hit have C assist that hits everywhere on the screen, anywhere on the playfield, not just the screen.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
so. I know Goku Blue checks everywhere, but it has a reach. Sometimes it can't hit when they backdash it or something like that.
Yeah.
I think Saiyan does that as well, right?
We can count.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can count all. We can count them all. Yeah, it's pretty unique for what it is because only those 4 characters basically have that. And if it hits, like every CS is tons of hits done. You can confirm while you're sleeping.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So potentially some interesting things to be done about it. Done with it. But it's CSS cooldown. In neutral, you will not get to use it often. You will not get to use it very much. If you waste it, you're screwed for a long time, unless you can rotate out. But yeah, unless you can rotate out, and you can't rely on. Unless your team is structured for it, you can't rely on just being able to rotate out and get their CSS over and over again. So, so versatility wise, so we're rating him on being able to use all 3 of his assists.
Yeah, to basically give your team a different way to play. So, like an example is with Trunks. All 3 of his assists do something different. They allow a different part of your game, right? If A and B are literally block stun, there's not much versatility. But like you said,
on that, wouldn't he?
B assist is more hit stun than block stun. I think it's got 29 block stun, so it's not a lot. But it's got way more than A, and C assist is even more than that. But those 2 are superior to it because of its neutral applications as well.
So like,
I don't think he's not. Oh, go ahead.
I was about to say, so it sounds like B is kind of irrelevant.
For assist sources, it's not very versatile. C is very interesting though, and I think it has untapped potential. So I'll say that.
So for like, sort of like clarity on the question, Trunks got a 10 and hit got 2.5 because they said A assist is the only assist you can use for him.
All right, so here, if we're gonna do this, I'm gonna give it 3 points per assist. So A, we get add 3 points to that. B, 1 or 0, and then C is like a 2, a 1 or 1.5. We're gonna say like I'll say like 4.5, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can make that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go bang in the middle and do 4.5, yeah?
Yeah.
Between
yeah,
4 and 5.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, right. So, just below average on assists. Seems pretty fair, considering. Next is damage without assists out of 5. What is his damage like without assists?
Yeah. Are we talking about meter or all right? So
Yeah,
let's consider meter, non-meter too. So, and position. We have to consider screen position. Mid screen, it's like if he lands a clean hit mid screen without assist, it's average damage.
Yeah, it's just re-jump into vanish and etc. It's nothing.
Yep. In the corner, without assist, it's still like it's slightly above average damage solo. I remember he can get like without assists, like what does he get? He can get like 6.5k in the corner 1 meter or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's above average actually in the corner, but in the mid screen it's terrible.
Yeah, he's only got like one. I don't know what he can do in mid screen apart from the re-jump, and that's all I.
It's
Really do.
bad. It's just trash, straight trash.
Yeah.
Then if he has meter mid screen, it's still pretty bad. Like even if you gave him, if you gave him 3 bars, he'd get 1 vanish level 3. He's not breaking 7k I think mid screen.
No. Yeah. That's never.
So, and the corner, it's gonna be better naturally. I can't say how much is he. Yeah. Okay. So if he level 3 in the corner, he gets 6k minimum. I think, right? No, because his level 1 combo in the corner is 6.5. So 6k, he can break like 7.5. I think in the corner, something like that. I think that we have the Nappa experts in the Twitch chat. So
ask Calopsia. He probably knows.
Is he still about? I think he is. I saw him a second ago.
Dude, sweeter you then? Dude, he only gets that in the corner, and this is solo without assist. You have to get the corner, so it's high damage, but like the situations that getting that is harder than most characters getting that in a solo situation. So
yeah, from what I've seen and what I used to do in season 2, like mid screen, your maximum combo. Like your optimal combo, is to get him in the corner. Like you don't even consider the damage from a mid-screen hit. It's like, can I get them in the corner for the next bit of
actually, it's either in the mid-screen. What I like to do is I either try get them to the corner or I do a mid-screen restand and at 2 touches every time.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. But we're talking about no assists.
Yeah, no assists. So
yeah,
all I try to do is go to the corner. So that's without assist. It's just try to go to corner.
Yeah. So mid screen, he's got to be the worst in the game mid screen. Like as far as damage without assists. I wouldn't be surprised if he was at the absolute worst in the game mid screen without assists.
I know Videl's a character, so.
But him if he corners somebody, his damage is really really high.
Yeah, it's
actually it's above average, way above average.
I guess you can't. Well, could you put in? Okay, let's think about other situations. I guess air to air, he gets no damage as well. He's got to be the worst. That.
All right, so now we can talk about that. That's worse in the game air to air. Bar none worse in the game air to air. Just not having a real J2H is like one of the worst. It's one of the most limiting aspects of a character in this game. They can't convert off of air to airs.
It's a big deal. It is actually a really big deal.
It's a big deal, yeah. Yeah.
it's a
Yeah,
situation that happens so much, like air to airs.
If you do manage to hit someone with a JL, literally, all you can do is like the normal air series into JS 236S and vanish DR. That's it. That's all you can do. Or J2H after vanish. But that's it.
Not even, and not just air to air, anti-airs. He can't jump cancel convert. He can't do that. Like that's a huge part of the game. Just being jump cancel conversion. He gets nothing.
That is a good point. That is a good point. Yeah.
Like I wish you had a category for conversions because he gets a 0. Yeah, that would bring his point average down.
I mean, to be fair, I think you can, if you gave him like a 1 here and said, well, yeah, in the corner it's above average, but he doesn't exist anywhere else.
Yeah, exactly.
He actually doesn't exist. And if you, even with this question, it's I don't even know if you can do it. You can tell me. Can he even get his Cyberman without an assist in the corner?
No. It's
No.
Oh wait.
Yeah.
He can get it with level 3. But that's the only
Level 3. Yeah. That's it. He has to have a lot of meter.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm not the Nappa player, but I would be thinking, how do I not give him a 0 here? Like, if I have to spend 3 bars to get a Cyberman, I'm doing something wrong. I might as well just do a corner combo, surely.
Yeah. It's literally you just gotta do a normal. If you don't have the Mia, you just do a normal corner combo. And his corner combos are okay. They're not bad. It's just the mid screen and the air to airs that really, like,
Zan thinks that it would be. He said if he could JS J2H mid screen, it would be the best in the game. Like for that kind of hit, like a air to air or jump cancel air to air or something.
If he can JS,
if he could get that. I'll argue that it wouldn't, because even if he could do that, it would still be very team specific, assist specific to get plant combos mid screen.
Yeah. I mean, I know it's assist specific, but my problem with J2H mid screen is it could make him one of the best characters in the game.
It could make him one of the best characters in the game.
It's because if you think about it, when you do the mid screen restand, it's 1 assist, 1 bar, and you eliminate their tech options. So you're doing
you're doing one assist. If you're good at side spots, there's 1 assist, 0 bar.
Yeah, it's 1 assist, 0 bar. So
I want to see somebody I want to see somebody in the chat make a tweet out a video of a 2-touch starting off of that.
The best way to compare it off is this, right? With GT Goku's 4-way mix-up with Spirit Bomb that he had in Spirit Season 2, he had to get an assist and 3 bars. Nappa can
he gets a higher quality. He gets a better mix-up than that 4-way mix-up.
Yeah, he gets a better mix-up. He can float as well. He has like 60 frames to jump.
That actually can't be understated. His mix-up potential, mid-screen is better than GT Goku's was off the level 3.
Yeah, and
he gets to do such disgusting things. Like he can dash under cross up.
Dash under cross up, super jump float. You could choose which side you want to land.
You can choose how fast you want to land.
Yeah, you can choose how fast you could fall. You can do the same frame 50-50 with JL, air dash JL and line 5L. You can what else can you do? I know you can tick throw as well. What you can do is you can purposely combo spit and JL together, and then what you do is line 5L and then tick throw. So there's
even if they let's just imagine they tech. The Cyberman's still there.
Yeah.
Cyberman's still there.
Very much. So with Nappa's air to airs, they either have to, if they do give him J2H, it's done, and if they're gonna have to give him like a new move, like something different, like they're gonna have to give him a new move to fix his air to airs, something like that. I don't know about J2H. It's kind of scary thinking about what you could do with it.
Man. Yeah, they just straight give him, let him combo his J2H. It could be too much. Yeah. If he had a traditional option of a J2H, then it wouldn't be that bad.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be that bad. It would let him get slide. It would let him push to the corner.
Yeah.
He doesn't get either right now, for real.
Yeah. So yeah, right now his air to airs and mid screen conversions and mid screen damage is kind of all low. So I overall, what you said 1, right? I don't mind giving a 1.
I think
The corner damage is a really big. It can't be damn.
Overlooked.
Yeah, just because of how bad he is at everything else. Like
Yeah, yeah.
it doesn't matter that much that he gets as much as he does in the corner.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can give him something really low, like a 1 or 2.
Yeah, I can go 1 if you want. Again, this is out of 5.
Yeah,
Yeah, 5.
because
Yeah.
these disadvantages can't be understated. So give him a 1.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I mean, you can go
Because
low if you want.
his advantages will might skew, like it would overplay like the disadvantages. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
No, I think that's fair. Considering like you've been pretty generous with all the other points, right?
yeah.
Like I can't say you've been downplaying him at all. So I think that's fair. We're coming to the last point. This is talking. It's quite similar to the last one. This is 1-on-1 solo. Marks out of 10. Marks out of 10.
1-on-1 solo.
yeah.
Like in neutral, right? It's
Just
neutral, isn't it?
just 1-on-1 solo. So yeah, from I guess you can talk about from round start.
From round start.
Yeah.
I know.
Alright, so
Yeah, you can go on.
alright, so alright, I do wanna. Alright, so 1-on-1 solo, if both characters are stocked, like when it's the last parts of the game and it's a 1-on-1 solo and both characters are stocked, not necessarily sparking in play, but like if they have like a bar, 2 bars, 3 bars, a lot of the time they can get a soft check, not a check, but like you can win neutral just by doing beat vanish and then getting started off of that. He can't do that. If he does win neutral, he does not have something. He doesn't have something necessarily hard to react to that has a high reward, like a command grab or something. Like
That's
so like
true.
if so, let's think about characters on the top end who would be like a 10 as an anchor.
Trunks.
What does Trunks
Anch-
have?
Anchor Trunks.
He's got beam. He's got beam vanish, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, that was that beat vanish.
I think me personally, I'm an advocate for TN anchor. I think TN might be the best anchor in the game. He has everything. He's got command grab. He's got armor. He's got a high. He's got low.
Got damage.
He's got exactly. He's got damage. He's got a beam. He's got a
I-
jump
base
straight
Goku.
beam. He has.
I think base Goku.
Yeah,
is,
that's a fair one as well.
Goku is another one.
if base Goku isn't a 10, he's at least a 9. Just his command grabs. He has one of the only actually Broly too. Broly and him, both the Brolys. Maybe S Broly. I mean not S Broly. Z Broly more so than S Broly. But those characters have good actual command grabs. And they can close out games. They can make you.
Goku Blur, sorry.
Yeah, him too. It's rare for characters in this game to have things that force people to react. Like they have to. It's rare for them for most characters in the game to have something that forces their opponent to react or take tons of damage, and that's something that those characters have. Nappa does not have that. He has mix-up options, and he has potentially high damage off of 1 or 2 of them, which is the overhead punches, but they're slow.
Yeah,
they're relatively slow compared to those grabs. So he puts himself at a risk. Those moves are slow enough that if they see them, they can swing, and he has to make them really, really scared. And it can be hard to do that if you don't have something, and without like it's gonna be really hard to do that without tons of conditioning. I feel like for him.
Yeah.
So
Also, I was gonna say, Nappa on the ground is relatively okay. I don't think it's super bad because of 5H. If you think, because like say Bardock when he's on his own, right? He likes to use Lariat. Nappa is the same case. He loves to use.
The Saiyans are a
5H,
true warrior race.
With
Don't
5H, the
underestimate
difference
us.
between 5H and Bardock's Lariat is Nappa can tot off his one. Pretty much. And same thing as with 5S. So like Nappa is like on the ground. If he's got good ground movement, he can scare people and bait people into like backdashing, like scaring them from the 5H stuff like
Wait,
that.
solo mid-screen Todd with sparking?
No, not really. I'm talking about like Todd and like say if they have like say it's like lost characters and they both have like say like 60 something percent around there.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I meant by Todd. My bad.
okay.
Uh,
Just kill him. Yeah.
yeah,
He can kill a weakened character.
Yeah.
Very easily off of that.
Very
sword.
easy. Yeah,
Yeah.
very easily.
That's
So
true.
that's like one good. That's like out of all like the bad things with his Etas and his like solar pressure. Solar pressure is okay with his staggers maybe. He doesn't have a command grab yet, but still has overhead low.
All right. So the thing is, Nappa can't poke from the air
No,
without super dash. Every character gets super dash. He can't poke from the air. Like a Bardock, he has air lariat. He can poke with air lariat from the air.
Yeah,
He can poke with air key blast. Those two main things. He can air dash in some cases. Nappa can't really air dash without. Yeah, Nappa can't really air dash with his L's or M's. H can. H technically can.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
yeah, you don't want to use that.
he's a very below average. Like, how much did we score him? Just look at how much we scored him as an anchor.
It's like I think 1, right? Or 0.5.
Either 1 or 0. So
Yeah.
I feel
Oh
like
no,
that
0.
can
It was 0. It was 0.
Yeah. So
But,
it's really dependent on what type of situation you are in a 1v1. Like that's when it's like it depends. It depends on like the matchup. So if it's like a 21, good luck. You're not dealing well with it. But if it's like you may be able to have a chance like against either Bardock like or Tingon, like depending on it, right? It's really specific because Nappa's 5H beats both their lariats in certain distances because it's faster. And it does more damage. So that's the only good point I see to it. But everything else is pretty much the same as we talked about the anchor position before.
Yeah, I mean, this is out of 10. Obviously, the anchor position is out of 5. I don't know if you just want to. I mean, you can't double 0. It's still 0. But you've mentioned the damage.
I can't rate him high at all. Because he's at a disadvantage versus like almost every character in the game at that position, and a lot of he like little hits like I said, air to airs. That's a big part of it.
Yeah, that's what really brings him down.
Yeah, like off of certain little hits he can't convert them, and that's a big part. It's a big part of it because it happens commonly enough in those situations. Just that fundamental thing of him not being able to convert those hits is a huge problem. So if he's got to get like a 1 from me.
Yeah, I can see that too. The only highlight is 5H in that situation. So.
I think that's fair.
So it's more flaws than positives.
Way more
actually,
flaws.
No, there's more. There is a little bit more. Because 214S comes more into play without assists involved.
Oh, okay.
It does. It comes a lot more into play actually. It comes a lot more into play, especially when if they don't have assists to make certain things safe, or there's certain situations where you can throw it out that you normally can't do if they have assists involved. So he can't. That move alone is somewhat enabling, actually, in solo situations. It's just his entire normal game plan is neutered.
Yeah, I can.
So he can't get much more than like a 1 or 2.
Do you want to give him a 1.5?
Yeah. That sounds fair.
Considering you talked him up from a 1, I think you done a good job.
That one move is really is actually enabling in a solo situation. Mm-hmm. He can use it somewhat liberally if he doesn't have to worry about assists.
Right, so we've got I've got the final score. Obviously, no one knows it yet. Do you guys want to give your final speeches on Nappa? I will say it's definitely not as bad as you think it's going to be. Like, as in too high. I think you'll be happy with the score.
All right.
But final thoughts on Nappa, you guys. What do you want to say before I give the scores?
So, honestly, you go first, Paul.
I'm happy with Nappa. Like if they do fix his flaws, he'd be even better. But he's not as bad as people say. Say for example, like C tier, for example, he's not as bad as that. He's really good at what he does, like really, really good, and he's like one of the only characters that can snowball you in the game. And yeah, that's really about it. Yeah, he's a good character. It's, that's all. That's it for me.
Yeah. So Nappa is still the reason I played Dragon Ball. Honestly, I don't have as much fun. I have secondary teams. I have Bardock. I play Yojose's team actually on the side. Bardock 16 Gotenks. And I'm actually about as good as with that team as I am with my Nappa team. But I don't have nearly as much fun playing that team as I do with Nappa, just because of he gets to play. Let me see. The what's the way I would put it?
It's a different game.
He gets to play. He gets to play a part of the game. I get the Guilty Gear people basically with him.
Yeah.
Like when he gets started, like it's like they got to take this layer. If they guess wrong, they don't. Okay, if they guess right, they don't automatically get out. And then they have to guess right like several times in a row to have a chance of not just dying. You know what I mean?
People
Yeah,
won't know this. Playing Nappa's like playing a boss version of Eddie.
Oh yeah.
It's Zato and Eddie on crack because you can have multiple Eddies. You don't have Drill, you don't have Puddle and stuff, but yeah, Cyberman. It's very hard in every game. It's super hard to balance puppet characters, and they thought fuck it with Nappa. They said we're not gonna try and balance these puppets. The balance is that you've got startup on getting them. That's it.
Yeah. He can't. He's not enabled. So you have to play. You have to devote a team to him.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you can't pick him on any team. You have to have both your assists in consideration for using him if you put him on a team. Actually is a limiting factor for people using him.
Oh,
Because
right.
if you don't have it either, you have to justify having him on your team, and you have to fully enable him either through good DACs or good assists.
Yeah, honestly, I think season 3 kind of buffed him because a lot of assists, a lot of
A lot
characters,
of assists.
like a lot of characters can be played with Nappa now.
Yeah,
Goku
that
Blue
was
and
something
Nappa.
that was good. That was pretty good for what they did
Yeah.
assist wise.
So like my team for like like the two characters I played the most, Goku Blue and Nappa, and before they weren't that good at all. Goku Blue's assist was really bad, especially like for Nappa as well. It just had a unique angle to it with the dive kick, but now his B assist is good and his C assist, I really enjoy playing his C assist with Nappa.
Mhm.
And I think most other characters are the same. I think Piccolo now can be played with Nappa as well with his B assist having really good hit stun. So for corner and mid screen setups as well. So overall, like the season 3 mechanics, even though they did nerf him, like with the assist block stun, he has. Oh, I forgot to mention, he has one more thing. Like he has a thing where if he puts you in a split restand when he goes for low, it regenerates his assist. No other character in the game lets you do
Yeah,
that.
no other character in the game after they land a hit, they don't have a way to scam the game into letting you get their assist back. He
So he's,
does.
so yeah, so he's a character that lets you do things that no other character lets you
Yeah.
do. So if
Yeah, he pays the price for it because
yeah,
he has to suffer in ways no other character has to.
yeah, it's like he's a very unique double-edged sword, I guess.
I mean, that's the best way to explain him. I feel like these two have done. So, what's that? So, I'll give you the scores. I think you'll be happy. I think it's a fair scoring. Yeah, I don't think you'll be too upset about it. If you want to see it in the chat, it's !PLC power level chart. Just do that. The link to the Google.Doc will pop up. He got less than Cell, higher than Hit. He got 70 out of 110.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. I don't see any issues with it.
At the beginning, I was like, he's gonna be the highest. Like, I actually thought he might be higher than Trunks, and Trunks has got 85. I was like, he's
No, I'm looking at this chart. The hit players are downplaying that first column.
they they kind of downplayed it a little bit. There's a lot of parts they did downplay. Where was the A assist? I think they were saying like A assist might be the best in the game. What did they give it? 8.5. Why did they give it 8.5? I can't remember. I have to watch, but this is why I got the VODs. I'll go back to the VODs. I remember them saying like they think A assist might be the best in the game, like full stop. A few people have looked at it and went like, damn, he's got downplayed. They kind of trolled and said they want to downplay him so that he gets buffed. I'm not going to lie. We might have to revisit that one. Because 66.
They were honest about certain things, but I see where they,
But that's the thing. We've got the VODs, so we can always check it and see if they were like, if they were actually downplaying. We'll see. I've had a couple of Hit players say like, how did they give Hit a free for a solo? That got brought into question a lot. I said I don't play Hit.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah, they gave him 3 out of 10 for a one-on-one solo. A lot of people were like, "You're lying." Like that's. But I was like, "Hey, I'm the guy putting in the numbers. I don't decide what the numbers are. So
Yeah.
go at them." But speaking of at people, thank you, RogueYoshi and Plug, for doing this. Super appreciated.
No problem. It was really fun.
Yeah.
Uh,
No problem, yeah.
I'll let Plug himself first, just because I can say that phrase.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Where can people find you, man?
Well, I mean, my Twitter is pretty much PowerPlugG20, and I don't stream that much, but if you I sometimes do. It's PowerPlug0 on Twitch, but yeah, if I end up doing so, you'll find me there. But that's about it.
Cool. And Yoshi, I know you got a lot of stuff you do, like coaching and whatnot and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah. So for those who don't know, I do FGC coaching in general, not just Dragon Ball. On my website, RogueYoshi.com. So there's you can click on the little schedule appointment thing. It'll let you choose the game that you want to get coaching for. So right now, like I'm the main games I'm focusing on are like Dragon Ball and Grand Blue. But I play a lot of games, and if for some reason you want coaching in the other games that I'm decent at, like KOF, then you can request that as well. But I stream all the free sessions. Oh, sorry. My coaching is actually free. You can book for free every 2 weeks. Weeknights after work hours, so 6 p.m. EST. I stream every session I do, the free sessions at the very least. I also offer paid sessions, which can be vary in length, and not everyone likes to have those streams. So I do stream them when they consent to it. But yeah.
Okay.
You can if you want to follow me on Twitter, my handle is RogueYoshi_FTC. I post all kinds of stuff. I haven't posted as much tech recently, but I always talk about the game and game theory and stuff, just fighting game theory in general. So you can join me. Yeah, I think that's it for now. Yeah.
Cool. I will try to remember to put your information for both people in the description when this goes up on YouTube. Yep, this is going to go into the playlist.